All right, guys. So I got something I want to share with y'all, and it's the three things that I live by: sacrifice, discipline, and honor. It changed the way that I think. It changed the way that I operate in life. But it all came with the underlying understanding that we all start with average, right? We all start with this upgrade that needs to be upgraded, if you will, right? We all start with just we start with Windows XP, right? And then over time, we need to develop and upgrade ourselves. The same way we update our computers, the same way we update our phones, sometimes on a weekly basis, update our apps. But the problem is we don't ever update ourselves. And what ends up happening is life continues to elevate, life continues to go on, but we haven't updated who we are. And then we get to a place where we get behind. And it feels like we have so much effort, so much things we have to keep up with. It's information age. I've got to read everything. Everything's going, right? We go all down this trail of what we can't control. But the reality is we stopped upgrading ourselves a long time ago. So I tell kids all the time in high schools when I go and teach them, talk to them, whatever it may be, is this. Because a lot of them play games, right? A lot of them play NBA 2K, and they all have this I don't even know what it's called, My Player, I think, where you create the guy and you develop him. He starts out about average, and the time you build up, you get to a place to where he's on the bench and he's on the starting playing time, and then all of a sudden he's can be the best guy in the game, right? But that same process, if we were to spend as much time developing ourselves as we do our NBA 2K guy, we would see drastic results. The problem is, in our mind, we understand that we can try to shortchange what it feels like to be the number one guy in a game a lot quicker than it may take us to do it in a physical body now, in real life, right? So then they turn away from that and don't become the best version of themselves. What I'm saying is not that you can't play the games, the games are bad. No, because you can make a career out of that. But what I'm saying is a lot of times you have to upgrade yourself, right? Upgrade yourself. We stopped upgrading who we are. And in turn, it's hurting us. It's hurting our dreams. It's hurting where we're trying to go. And it's delaying the time, right? If we would just focus and think about it the same way that we do playing a game, right? Playing and upgrading ourselves in an NBA 2K game. In ourself, I want to be better at selling. I want to be better at business. I want to be better at whatever it may be, better at writing, better at whatever, it could be anything. If we would designate that much time and that much intention to the developmental process of that skill, we would reap the same rewards. But it's all about perspective. It's all about shifting that mind frame and understanding, hey, we all come from the starter pack of average. We come into life at 70, right? Or 60. And it's up to us to determine the level of upgrades we want to have, right? We have to constantly upgrade ourselves. Many of us, frankly, stop upgrading ourselves, which eventually kills our dreams. That's where we stop dreaming. And then all of a sudden, we just get into something so repetitive that we just do it every day because it pays the bills. And we don't live life. Not saying their job can't help you live life, but your perspective is all wrong. You stop dreaming, you stop going for things, you stop expanding in the juice of life. You stop living. So we have to constantly keep upgrading ourselves. And what that does is it requires sacrifice. It requires you spending time, sometimes by yourself, sometimes literally writing in your calendar and making sure you spend time with other people that you need to be spending time with. Sometimes it means staying up late. Sometimes it means staying up early. Or getting up early, not staying up early, getting up early. Right? Your goal, your vision is dependent upon what you want to do. Right? If your goal, I'll say it this way, if your goal is massive, if your ambition is huge, your leisure time will have to decrease, right? Your level of discipline will have to increase, right? Leisure time, discipline. If you want to do something great, if you want and your goal seems so far off in the distance, just flip those two things. Decrease leisure, increase discipline. Right there, that's the first step. You just keep walking in that and be consistent in that. And watch, over time, things will dramatically change. Because in doing that, that's going to require sacrifice. Right? It's going to require you sacrifice some time away from something that you may want to do. Right? For example, going back to the example I was talking about with kids, I tell them, hey, I don't want to take away your time from playing video games, but I want you to understand the concept of, okay, if I'm my player in life, how do I continue to keep upgrading my skills? How do I keep upgrading how I do certain things? The skills that I want to develop, the person that I want to be, how do I get that? The same way you look at it in a video game. Oh, he's got to get better at dribbling. He's got to get better at shooting. Okay, what are the things that I want to do? How do I get better at that? And spend time there. What you feed grows. We've all probably heard of the analogy and the story of the two wolves, right? It's like whatever one you feed is going to grow. Same thing with a garden. Whatever plant you water and you nurture, that is going to grow. The other one that you neglect, don't spend any time with, if you think about, man, I wish it would grow, it's not going to. Right? There's work required. There's sacrifice. There's discipline required. And that leads me to my third one, honor. Honor can go two ways. One, to yourself. You have to honor yourself. Say, hey, man, you have to encourage yourself. Right? You have to honor yourself sometimes. But man, we did a great job. We put in the work. We upgrade ourselves and get excited about upgrading yourself. Right? The second option is there's going to be three. Right? So sacrifice, discipline, doing those things over time consistently will give you honor in other